Hello, Stacy Murphy here, and my motto is grow wherever you are. And in this case, I'm in San Diego visiting for the next 50 days. And so when you're on the road, it's oftentimes a great experience to share a garden with somebody. And so I have a friend here who's willing to share some space with me. And so instead of starting from scratch, I'm helping her out. She's giving me some of the harvest, and we're planting some new things together to support both of our eating habits. And so I thought I would shoot a quick video today to talk about how do you know how much food you need to grow for your diet. And I'm not going to go through an entire diet because that would be a little bit too challenging. But what I am going to do is, how do you know how many green plants to plant? If you're somebody who eats greens with every meal, like chard, kale, collards, callaloo, any of those beautiful greens, how many plants do you need and how much space do you need? So here I am in this garden. There's Swiss chard behind me and there's kale behind me. So my average meal, I eat, and I'm going to show you a little bit about this. I basically chop up a whole bunch of garlic, and then I usually chop up 2 to 3 leaves of Swiss chard or kale or collards, whatever greens I have available. And then from there, I basically, in a cast iron skillet, I refry some beans that I have available. In this case, there's pinto beans, and I've added some garam masala for some nice spice and some nice heat. And then I throw in my greens, I saute them up, I cook them down, I put them in a bowl. Because I'm in San Diego, avocados are plentiful, and so on my plate are the greens, the beans, the avocado, the fresh avocado off of a tree, and some sauerkraut that we made from cabbage. So that is my average meal, and I eat that 3 times a day sometimes. It's my favorite meal. It's very delicious. It's got a little bit of sour, it's got a little bit of sweet, it's got a little bit of bitter from the greens, it's got lots of garlicky goodness and spiciness, whatever spices I add. So it's my favorite meal. So my question for this video is, how many types of green plants like Swiss chard, kale, collards, callaloo, how many plants do I need in order to have enough greens to put on my plate 3 times a day? Let's say I'm cooking all my own meals. So if you do the math, that's 3 meals a day. That is, let's say, 3 leaves a day, so that's 9 leaves per day. That's times 7, that's 63 leaves. Let's just round it down to 60 leaves that I need for the week, right? And what I know from experience is that when I grow Swiss chard about 6 inches apart, I oftentimes will get about 3 leaves from the plant in that week. So what that means is I need a plant per meal in my garden. So let's say I have 21 meals, that means I need about 20 green plants to support my green habit. Now, we don't all cook all of our meals at home, I know, but I try to, and I love it, and I love having greens as a big portion of that meal. So I try to have at least 20 green plants in my garden for me to harvest from on a daily basis. And when you're planting them with Swiss chard, you can plant them really close together so you can get a lot of chard in one fell swoop, which is why it's my green of choice these days. And so 6 inches is about this big. If you don't know how to measure it, from your pinky to your thumb, that's about 6 inches. That's how far apart I plant my Swiss chard. And I harvest it deep. I harvest it all the way down to 3 leaves, and then it will grow back. So that's my Swiss chard spacing. If I'm going to plant kale or collards, I'm going to plant them farther apart. I'm going to plant them at least 12 inches apart, sometimes up to 18 inches apart. And so you don't quite get as many greens for the amount of space. So Swiss chard, you got my vote for small spaces. So that's what I'm looking for here, is the space to put in 20 green plants in order to support my eating habit. And in order to put 20 plants in, let's say you're putting in a grid of 4 by 5 plants, and if that's Swiss chard and it's 6 inches apart, that means you're putting in 2 feet by 2.5 feet of plants, which is very small to get a big part of your diet, a very important part, nutrient-rich part of your diet. That's amazing. And if you're growing kale or collards, it's basically double that because the plants are a foot apart. So you're still getting 2 to 3 leaves off of those kale and those collards per week, but they're a foot apart, so those plants will be 4 feet by 5 feet, so they're spaced a little bit farther apart, take up a little bit more room. So that's why Swiss chard, again, has my vote for the green of the month for me to grow here. And that's all for this short video. I just wanted to share a couple quick tips how to get those greens into your diet and exactly how many plants you need to do it.